For this demonstration, we're going to be demonstrating how to schedule Microsoft NCE services. You're going to come down here and select the company that you want to schedule the services for. We're going to go into this Jesse's, confirm that the Microsoft organization tenant has already been added. Then we're going to go ahead and click on Available Services. You can order services by clicking on Available Services or this new service icon in the center in the action tools, or you can click on this menu option over here on the left hand side with the new plus symbol. That'll have a pop-up menu and you'll see order services. That's where you can order services. For this demonstration, we're just going to go ahead and click on available services. If the service didn't show up here at the top, you could search by name. You could just type in, let's say we were looking for Business Basic. We'll just type in Basic, and there's Business Basic, and then you would click on this plus symbol. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the front of the menu. We're going to go ahead and click on this Business Standard. We're going to schedule a seat of Business Standard to provision on Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and click on the plus symbol here to start the process. And you'll hit Next. In the product terms, if you did not accept the product terms at the marketplace level, you'll have to click Accept here. But typically, you've already accepted the terms at the marketplace level, so we're going to go ahead and click Next. In the Configuration tab, this first data field here on the left-hand side at the top is subscription name. You can rename this if you like. Otherwise, you can just keep it the same. For quantity, you'll go ahead and put your quantity in there. We're just going to leave this a quantity 1 for now. In the billing type data field, you can select the the billing type, whether it's an annual commitment paid monthly, annual commitment prepaid, or a monthly committal. We're going to go ahead and do this as a, let's just go ahead and do an annual paid monthly. Then if there's other subscriptions, you can also select the subscription end date alignment. You'll have to click it one time for it to load the existing subscription end dates. Once that loads, then you'll click it again to select the existing subscription end date. You'll notice there is an align to calendar month end date, so you can align this with the calendar month end. It goes to the previous month, so you lose a couple days. So with this being May 4th, you would go from May 4th to April 30th, 2027. Once you've decided what to do there, we're just going to leave today as the end date since this is a new subscription for this customer. You'll see the billing start date will be today. Again, this is not important because the scheduled provisioning will push this billing start date to actually when the subscription begins. Then you can put the subscription, any kind of PO number that you might have that you might want to reference back to the order. So once that's done, again, just to reiterate, just the asterisk data fields are the required data fields. So quantity, billing type, and the billing start date, which is automatically entered for the day, for the current day. And then once that's done, you're going to go ahead and hit Next. Now on the Order Review tab, you'll notice here this pricing information is SRP. Again, that's not super important because you might not be selling at SRP. And then down here in this gray bar, you'll see Schedule Provisioning, UTC. It's very important that you understand that this is UTC. So when you select the date, it's +4 to the East Coast, and then depending on where you are in the United States, it might change. But you can click on the calendar here to select the date that you want to provision the service. Like I said, we're going to do this on Saturday, so we'll click the 9th. We'll click 5/9, May 9th. Now you'll notice it's 000 UTC, which actually puts it on the 8th. So that's important to remember. So it'll bump the provisioning date to the 8th, and it'll be like 8 o'clock in the evening on the 8th. Since we do not want this to provision on Friday, we want it to provision on Saturday, we're going to go ahead and bump up our time here to, let's just go 9 UTC. That'll put it about 5 a.m. on the 9th. So we're going to go ahead and schedule for that. And then you can just click this Schedule Provisioning. Now, once you schedule the provisioning, it's going to go through this process here. And you'll notice the report back that the scheduled provisioning for the selected date, and you manage your imports. So to see your scheduled provisionings, you click on this Imports tab here. this imports link. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you where that actually lives, so when you can come back in, you can see it later. But we're going to close this. You'll notice that the scheduled provisioning is not listed underneath the services section. That's going to be on this reports at the top, or I'm sorry, under orders. So you click on orders, my imports, and you'll see the scheduled provisioning right here at the top. Date created 5/4/26, scheduled on 5/9/26. So you can see when it's scheduled and it's pending. There's filters for this report that will allow you to filter by status for pending or completed. Also, you can schedule by creator. So if you have more than one user in the platform, you can see who has scheduled what. And then you can also view the scheduled on as the other data field. But usually when I'm filtering this, it's usually by creator and status, just so I can see what I have pending. Now, if I want to cancel this provisioning, this schedule, I'll just go ahead and click on this box. And at the top here, you'll see cancel. You just go ahead and click cancel. You're about to cancel the import. Yes, do it. All right, so it's going to cancel that provisioning, that scheduled provisioning. And then we'll go back. If we go under orders, my imports, you'll see now that that provisioning is canceled. And that is how you schedule provisioning. Once the provisioning goes through, if you're set up for notifications for this account, you'll receive a notification stating that your import has completed. I believe you receive a notification that your import has completed, regardless of whether or not you get notifications for this account. It automatically sends you a notification of completed import, and then you can go in and you can check the status with that customer's account. All right, I hope that helped out. If you have any other questions, we can go through this one-on-one. Thank you.